Well, this year is going to be the Nobel Zeitgeist. We have 3 Nobel laureates who are going to be amongst us in the next 36 hours. So it's going to be interesting.
What do you have to do to get a Nobel Peace Prize? And I said, oh, very easy. 3 things. You must have a large nose. You must have an easy name. Tutu. And I was wearing shorts, and I said, 3, you must have sexy legs. You are going to have to be nice to me, because we are all Africans.
You're one of the bankers who's willing to come out in daylight these days. But
that's been a problem.
We in Russia do not believe that the government is the right instrument to deal with the economy. Business and people are right instruments to deal with the economy, not governments.
Emerging markets with the growth rate it has is projected to have twice the energy need in only 20 years. That means that we will need oil, we will need coal, we will need wind, we will need biofuel, we will need everything.
This is an age of transparency, and people are going to find out what's going on, and they're going to find out what kind of company you are. Companies are going to be naked, and if you're going to be naked, well, fitness is no longer optional, you know. You better be buff.
When we sell dreams instead of products, this is the essence of what we do, and hence it is a market that will always be there.
There's huge inertia around existing business model because everyone knows how they make money, and the people are very comfortable with that. They find it really tough to reinvent the next way of making money.
When you're using the internet, often you're doing it in a situation in which you feel like no one can see you.
I hope that ethical, long-term interested companies will start seeing a commercial value in privacy as well as in transparency.
So just as you're not allowed to use my race, colour or creed or gender or sexual preference when employing me, I'd like to add to that the things I put on Facebook when I was a minor.
If it is true that what really matters is the time that people spend with people they like, then there are many individuals in society who are making the wrong choices about how to spend their time.
You can't exceed the expectations of your customer unless you exceed the expectations of your people.
All of you know the revolution about telecommunications in Africa and Asia. There are more mobile phones in India today than there are toilets.
Maybe there's a little girl growing up in Pennsylvania today, where I grew up, and instead she's learning for the first time about a woman living in sub-Saharan Africa as a smart, strong, hardworking entrepreneur, not as somebody whose only story to be told is one of sadness and suffering.
I think one of the worrying things was this thing about trying to stimulate consumption. And I actually think that we're probably consuming enough, actually, as a planet.
Global warming is a conspiracy just to detract the attention of the world from local warming.
So what inspires you? What gets you up in the morning on your bike?
I suppose it's curiosity, isn't it?
The only way you can do something as a leader is not to try to be smarter than the other guys, but give them a playing field that's bigger.
We wanted to come up with committable core values, and by committable meaning you're actually willing to hire and fire people based on them, regardless of their job performance.
When Hollywood starts ripping off eco-architecture to portray sci-fi, it could be a sign that sort of a sustainable architecture has become more fun than normal architecture.
When you're doing scientific kind of stuff, you're learning something.
Yeah.
And if it fails to do what you think it did, you try to say, well, what the hell did it do?
And there are actually 3 themes: launch fast and very early, and iterate,
work on really hard problems using technology to solve them. And third, putting the users first.
There's this overarching question at Google, which is, how can we get you the information you want faster? I'm originally from America, but I live in Switzerland now, so I can convert into Swiss francs, and it's immediate. If I want to see yellow Aston Martins, I just click on that, or white ones, or orange ones.
Watch what happens when I press that button. Let's meet up at 3 o'clock at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower. See how fast that was? Pretty cool, right?
Of course the truth's important, but you've got to make it interesting. I mean, that's fundamental to communication. If I just get up and keep telling you the truth, you just get bored with it.
That is actually, I think, the essential task of leadership. It's the wisdom of the crowd and the wisdom of the leader have to connect in a way that gets you progress. And you can go so far ahead of the crowd, and you will be okay. If you go too far ahead, you will not be.
You cannot live without the web anymore. It's a mass medium, it's a mass market. So similar patterns with augmented reality, an emerging mass medium.
If you think of gaming today, it's really not a digital business. It is a packaged goods business, right? But what we're seeing is gaming going digital. And you're able to go online in these massive worlds and play against, tens to hundreds of millions of people.
I actually pushed pretty hard to get translation into YouTube. Anyone in the world being able to watch any video, regardless of the language it's in, I'm really excited about it.
It's a strategic goal to get the minimum capability of a smartphone, which today is a couple $100 manufacturing price point, down to $20. Because at that point, the explosion that Larry is describing will be phenomenal. It's like billions of people will be affected.